wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our greetings and salutations to our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, dear viewers, welcome to your favorite show, Ask the Imam Show. A show where I have a very two happy Sheikh throughout the whole program, and they have been absolutely amazing in answering your questions. Let's see if you can stop them. If you have a question, please ask the Sheikh. They'll have the answers for you. If not, they'll find the answer and let you know the following week. So inshallah, please go to our Facebook, like it and share it. But most importantly, go to Q Media on YouTube channel, subscribe the channel and press the bell button. That will remind you every time we come on the air. So it is my great pleasure to host this program with these two great Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Haroon.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Waddah. Great. You brothers are doing wonderful service for the Muslim Ummah, and I'm grateful for that. And I think we're going to have a great show today. So please get your question ready, and let's see who's the first person to ring. The number is 0151 236 3986. So sorry, let's start again. 0151 260 3986. It's a number that I memorized a long time ago. So if you like to call the number 0151 260 3986. If you like to send your messages on the Facebook, please do so, or even on the WhatsApp number which is on the screen. 07949 921 692. Are you ready, Sheikh Haroon, or are you still sending your links?
What I want to say to Sheikh Waddah, when you introduced, you said that there's two Sheikhs will answer the questions, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to have to answer some today, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's always answering.
I was just about to make that point. That's Sheikh Haroon's been answering the question.
Oh, no,
he's always answering.
You always have to leave it.
He's your backup. He's your backup. Shall we start with a lovely, soft, beautiful recitation by Sheikh Waddah Saleh? Bismillah.
Jazakallah khair.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تكونوا كالذين آذوا يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تكونوا كالذين آذوا موسى فبرأه الله مما قالوا وكان عند الله وجيها
الله
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما إنا عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا ليعذب الله المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات ويتوب الله على المؤمنين والمؤمنات وكان الله غفورا رحيما.
MashaAllah, that was very beautiful, melodious as ever. Jazakumullah khair. That was really beautiful, Sheikh Waddah. Yes, sure, please do. Yeah. Rather not take a question. Go on.
I want to ask you a question. Whose reading do you prefer, mine or Sheikh Waddah?
Both of them. You both have.
That wasn't the question.
There is no distinction.
He's got the right answer.
That's a cop out. You got to prefer one. Everybody's got a favorite. I like Sheikh Waddah.
Both of you, my favorite.
No, that's not the answer.
I will not distinct it.
At the end of the day, it's all Allah.
Oh, come on. They're both copping out.
You know when Sheikh Haroon reads in melodious voice, it's the most beautiful. Puts you to sleep.
Sometimes he's got a recitation. My mates today, sometimes
Yeah.
I want you to do that right now.
No,
You have to do one now.
I can't.
If you want me to judge you, I want you to do one now. What do you think, viewers? I think Sheikh Haroon should do a melodious reading.
No,
he's got the most beautiful one.
I was asking about him, not about me.
I know.
Anyhow, I've got a nasheed I want to sing.
Let's go straight into it. Listen, viewers, if you don't ring in and interrupt Sheikh Haroon, he will carry on singing. So if you want to listen to the nasheed if you want to listen to Sheikh Haroon's, when I say singing, I'm talking about nasheed, of course. So please call in if you don't want Sheikh Haroon to start his nasheed now. But I think we'll go ahead with it. Go on, Sheikh.
Well, before I start, I just want to clarify, especially like the likes of Sheikh Waddah who understand it. This word's beautiful words, but they use some words that may be misunderstood.
Okay.
I'm going to sing it because I love this one of my favourite. And then I'll explain, because it's speaking about khamr and all stuff like that.
Let's see if the viewers can pick up.
It's talking about spiritual meanings. It's not talking about drinking alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah? Are you okay with that, Sheikh? Because some may come on and start.
Well, if they do ask us, we will.
صلي يا سلام على الوسيلة وشمس الأنام طلعت ليلى صلي يا سلام على الوسيلة وشمس الأنام طلعت ليلى يا ساقي العشاق أملي الكؤوس من خمر الأذواق يحيي النفوس مبتغى العشاق حين تدلى في ذات الخلاق المولى جل صلي يا سلام على الوسيلة وشمس الأنام طلعت ليلى مبتغى العشاق حين تدلى في ذات الخلاق المولى جل من بحر الإطلاق حين تجلى بكل رونق جمال ليلى صلي يا سلام على الوسيلة وشمس الأنام طلعت ليلى صاحت الأطيار فوق المنابر وفاحت الأزهار والروض عطير
ما شاء الله.
Hold on,
carry on. I'm just praising you.
رنت الأوتار والحب حاضر غني يا خمار بحسن ليلى يا عين العيون ظهرت جهرا بجمع الفنون كأسا وخمرا زانت الشجون طابت الحضرة بالسر المكنون من كنز ليلى. Only if they sing.
Yes, let's take it. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Your name, brother?
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, we can, yes. Can you hear us?
Brother, I am Gibran calling.
Sorry, can you hear us?
I can't understand what are you saying. Can you speak a bit louder?
Can you hear us, please?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Brother, I am Gibran calling from Quran Academy. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Sorry.
Brother Gibran, we are on a live program here, so call me after about 1 hour, inshallah. आप 1 घंटे के बाद फोन कीजिए. अभी हम लाइव प्रोग्राम में हैं. Okay, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
Hold on, let me finish my song first.
Sorry about the interruption. Another call, Sheikh. Another call. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Ahlan.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Who is this, brother?
Actually, this is Muhammad Khalaf from Iraq. I was in Liverpool the last 2 years, so I just want to say Assalamu alaikum to Sheikh Haroon, Waddah, Khan.
MashaAllah. Where are you phoning from right now?
Actually, I back to Iraq. I was student in Liverpool University. I spent 4 years there. I used to pray every Friday at abdullahquilliamsociety.
Allah Akbar.
MashaAllah.
Ahlan bik,
So
MashaAllah.
we miss you too much.
No, MashaAllah. We're missing you too.
We have
Where are you in Iraq right now?
in Ramadi Ambar, which is the west of Iraq.
Yeah, Ramadi, remember. Yeah, MashaAllah. Ahlan bikum. Don't forget us in your prayers, inshallah. In your du'as, inshallah.
Inshallah, all the best.
And we hope that you're enjoying the show.
Is it still? Inshallah. Yeah, is it still lockdown in the UK or now released?
No, it's still lockdown.
We're still in lockdown.
Still lockdown, yeah.
Lockdown.
Yeah.
We have also had in Iraq lockdown for 2 weeks. And we also mosque closed. There's no Friday prayer or prayer. All closed.
Khalas, inshallah.
May Allah
Du'as,
make it
inshallah. May
easy,
Allah make it easy
inshallah.
for all of us.
Inshallah, all the best for you. And pass my salam.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair.
Thank you so
and
much.
everybody there.
No, mashallah. It's great.
Allah yahfadak, inshallah.
We miss you so much.
No, you too, inshallah. You too. Allah yahfadak. Ameen.
Barakallah fi. Thank you, Sheikh. When are you going to put your turkey hat on?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh.
I forgot. Sorry about that. I forgot.
There we go. You look nicer without the hat, I guess.
No, my head's gone. My head's gone on there.
Yeah, is it still
Just
there?
Apologies. There you
There
go.
we
That's more
go.
like it, yeah? Now, can I finish my song?
Yeah,
I didn't-
carry on until we get
Or should
another
we do-
interruption.
Should we do some questions?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
he's
production
eager to
director.
learn.
Prediction man has taken over.
Oh,
Let's
taking
go to the
over.
top then, inshallah. Let's go.
Okay, there we go.
The top one?
The top one, good. Okay,
Oh, Shamsul from Rochdale, mashallah. He's a die-hard Liverpool fan.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't
okay.
met him, but I love that guy. Alayhi salam.
If you're a die-hard Liverpool fan, you can always call in without any notice. Sheikh Haroon will
Thank you
take
very
your
much.
call.
Jazakallah khair.
Actually, we're going to. Do you know what it is? Do we have a call? Oh my gosh, leave him alone. Okay, now look, we're on the air here, so if no commercial call, please. Only calls related to Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah. Do you know what? If Sheikh Haroon, now let me promise you this: if your fan, the Liverpool fan, wants to actually visit the Liverpool Stadium, contact us. We will arrange a day where we can get a list of people and we can show you around the stadium. How's that for a treat?
No. Let's do it this way instead.
Oh, go on then.
Samson and all the die-hard Red fans, if you want a tour guide of Anfield and Mumin is your guide, you have to have your injection at Anfield. Yeah?
They can have it at the Anfield or talk about injection. The abdullahquilliam Masjid will be rolling
we're
out the
promoting
injection
Anfield
next
now, aren't
week. Yeah.
Best questions, get an injection.
Yeah, no. Get a little tone, never mind an injection.
Yeah. Okay, Bismillah.
Bismillah.
So, shall we answer that question?
Yes.
Is there a cause and cure for feeling like a small soul trapped inside the heavy prison, like confines of his physical body, literally feeling detached from the body? Allahu Akbar. So Amina, that's worrying. That I really don't know what to say on that, except for it reminds me of a hadith where Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ad-dunya sijnul mu'min wa jannatul kafir." I mean, talking about like a heavy prison, the confine. The whole of this world is a prison. The whole of this world is a prison for a believer, and you're only really free because your ruh, قل الروح من أمر ربي. The ruh, your soul, is what defines you as a human being. It's your soul. It's not this physical body. So when you say that, everybody's ruh is caged inside of the cage of the body, and mashallah, you can feel that there's something more than just a physical body. But the whole of this world is just a prison. That's what the Prophet said. So I can't really answer that, and maybe you need some type of specific help on that. Wallahu a'lam. But the idea of being a prison is there from the Prophet. I'll mention a story on this one. about ad-dunya sijnul mu'min wa jannatul kafir. The great Imam of Hadith, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, one of the greatest of the later Imams of Hadith. He was a wealthy man because of inheritance. He was a wealthy man, and he's wearing his beautiful thobe, and he's riding on a beautiful horse, and he's and then there's some Yahudi zayyat, like a seller of oil, and so there's a Jewish man selling oil there, and he's got like simple clothes, and they're all covered in oil, and he looks at the Sheikh, and he stops him, and says, "Yeah, Sheikh," he says, "Isn't it your Nabi who said to you, ad-dunya sijnul mu'min wa jannatul kafir?" That the dunya is the prison of the believer and it's the paradise of the kafir. So then he goes to him, what type of sijin are you in, and what type of jannah am I in? What type of prison? You've got everything there, look at me. And then the Sheikh, he goes quiet. And then he just says, and looks at him and he says, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lets me die on iman, on faith, he said, all that I've got now is sijin. Compared to what's going to come afterwards. All that I've got now is just a prison compared to what. But if Allah keeps you on kufr, all that's going to come afterwards, this is a Jannah compared to that. This is a paradise compared to that. So anyway, sorry about that, sister. I just went off a bit there. Like,
that's very beautiful answer.
Yeah, Allah. So particular to you, I can't answer that, but yeah, our souls are entrapped and caged inside of our bodies. Wallahu a'lam. Aqib, mashallah, the podcaster. Or making istikhara, is it one set of 2 rak'ah per matter, or can I make the istikhara dua for 2 matters at once and change the wording of dua in English to those matters instead of this matter? The better is if you're doing istikhara, then do them 2 separately. So just to clarify for people, istikhara is the prayer that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us whenever you need to make a choice in anything. And Sayyidina Jabir ibn Abdullah, he said that the Prophet taught us to make istikhara in every decision that we have. See, right now, istikhara has become like the marriage prayer. That's all. People only pray istikhara for marriage.
Well, isn't that important?
It is, but there's other things in life as well that are important as well. Like you go to university.
Yeah.
Which course you pick? Yeah. You just make your own choice, but you should also pray istikhara.
Of course.
You're going into business.
Yes.
You check everything out. Pray istikhara. You're looking to move house, move town, move city. Everything you do, pray istikhara.
Yeah.
Because istikhara is leaving the khiyar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to choose for me by giving me guidance. So that's why you do it. Al-istishara thumma al-istikhara. I take advice from those around you who know, and then take advice from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then there's always, and as the Prophet said, La khaba man istakhara. The one who does istikhara will never be ruined.
MashaAllah, very good. The other thing for the viewers, Sheikh Haroon, is what time should they do the istikhara? Is there a specific timing? Anytime. So it doesn't have to be before Fajr, as some people say. Anytime. It can be any time of the evening or the day.
Anytime, but what is mentioned is some ahadith, although there's weakness in the ahadith, it's still suitable to be accepted, which says pray for 7 consecutive days. And then people who do istikhara look out for a dream. The dream's not the most inshirah al-sadr, the word inshirah al-sadr, like whichever way your heart feels inclined towards after. Because in your istikhara, you make a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in kana fi khair, فيسره لي ثم بارك ثم make this easy for me, then put blessings in it for me. And then if it's bad, فاصرفه عني واصرفني عنه واقدر لي الخير حيث كان. If it's bad, then turn me away from it and turn it away from me and decree for me good. ثم ردني به, and then make me happy with it. So when you do istikhara, then wait to see what unfolds and happens afterwards. Yeah, because that itself, like if something seemed that it's all good and it's all positive, and then you pray this istikhara and then bam, it just closes on you. Yeah. That's the answer.
So the signs of guidance or it's for the viewers.
Second wife, yeah.
What's on your mind?
It's a second wife.
So it's for the viewers clarification. Yeah. So if how would they know? Would they see it in dreams, or would they get some sort of the feel of the heart?
Feeling in the heart's the most important.
Moving towards,
but there may well be dreams as well.
They may have
but feeling in the heart.
So if they see dreams after they've done istikhara, they can take that is their guidance in some ways.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, I think that's a very valid question, a very important one as well. And you don't need to have.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bismillah. Okay.
They always interrupt me. Now they interrupted you.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम brother, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
जी भाई, आवाज आ रही है आपको मेरी?
आज ये कौन बोल रहा है भाई साहब?
भाई जिब्रान वर्क कर रहा हूँ कुरान अकेडमी से।
हाँ जी, ने अभी हम लाइव प्रोग्राम में हैं, आप मेरे को 2 घंटे के बाद फोन कीजिए प्लीज। Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. The brothers, I get lots of calls on my phone from international, the Quran Academy, if children wants to do all that stuff. So, inshallah, they're calling this particular one would probably be from Pakistan. Yeah. Is it? Okay, so it could be from America. All over the world, people it's become a digital world now, isn't it? And people are calling in that if you want children to do Quranic studies online. So there are a lot of people who are ringing me. Excuse that, inshallah. You see, the phone, the landline is connected to my mobile, so all the phones are coming through my mobile, inshallah. Let's hope this is one of our. It's Chris now. Block him. Chris, call me after the show. Okay, I can't take the call now. Just send him a text, say I'm in the live show. Okay, Sheikh Haroon, so where we were. So istikhara can be done at any point in time.
Hold on, I've got a request from Imam that she wants me to sing a nasheed.
Bismillah, let's start the nasheed. I'll stop with the istikhara here now.
Qasida Muhammadiyya.
Okay.
Don't forget. Let me just find the words.
You need to give us those words beforehand so we memorize it, so we can join in the choirs for you,
محمد أشرف الأعراب والعجم محمد خير من يمشي على قدم محمد باسط المعروف جامعه محمد صاحب الإحسان والكرم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد تاج رسل الله قاطبة محمد صادق الأقوال والكلم محمد ثابت الميثاق حافظه محمد طيب الأخلاق والشيم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد رويت بالنور طينته محمد لم يزل نورا من القدم محمد حكيم بالعدل ذو شرف محمد معدن الإنعام والحكم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد خير خلق الله من مضار محمد خير رسل الله كلهم محمد دينه حق ندين به محمد مجملا حقا على علم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد ذكره روح لأنفسنا محمد شكره فرض على الأمم محمد زينة الدنيا وبهجتها محمد كاشف الغمات والظلم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد سيد طابت مناقبه محمد صاغه الرحمن بالنعم محمد صفوة الباري وخيرته محمد طاهر من سائر التهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد ضاحك للضيف مكرمه محمد جاره والله لم يضم محمد طابت الدنيا ببعثته محمد جاء بالآيات والحكم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد يوم بعث الناس شافعنا محمد نوره الهادي من الظلم محمد قائل لله ذو همم محمد خاتم للرسل كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم.
MashaAllah, I can see Sheikh what they're really enjoying that.
Can we just quickly
Let's
lady by the name of Mia Paul. Yeah, I was going to ask you, Mia, if you're listening, could you actually call in? Because Shahada, you don't need to come into the mosque for Shahada. So can you call in? If you're not, then I'll just say it now and then you just repeat after. Because there should never be a delay.
Yeah.
In taking the statement.
So this will do an online shahada.
Let her call in.
Yeah, please call in. Please call in. But if you're listening now and you just don't want to call in because you're feeling a bit embarrassed or something, then just repeat after me. I believe there's no God except for Allah, and I believe Muhammad is a messenger of Allah, and that's it. That's all you need to say. So like all the stuff about coming into the mosque, that's all just for the formality and given you a piece of paper between you and your Lord. Just repeat that statement and you're done. That's all you need to do. And there's a more general point of advice to everybody listening. Never ever delay a shahada. Because you don't know what's coming the next step. Like say come back in a month's time. Or what happens if that person doesn't live for a month's time? Right? The Hanif madhab, if somebody comes for a shahada, you're allowed to miss your prayer. Even the prayer goes on because that person become Muslim is more important than your prayer. There's nothing more important than Shahada. So Mir, if you want to phone in, we can do it officially and formally, but between you and your Lord, just say that, I believe there's no God except for Allah and I believe Muhammad is a messenger of Allah. That's all you need to do.
Great. So yes, Shahada doesn't have to be wait till after Ramadan. Like Sheikh Haroon said, it can be done instantly. So the masjid is open now. So if you want to have a face-to-face, I can arrange that for you and we can do it with social distancing anytime that you want. The number is on the screen. Any of those numbers, the landline or the WhatsApp number will end up on my mobile and we will help you to take the Shahada as and when you want to do it. But don't delay it. Like Sheikh said, you can do it by yourself. Do they need a witness? There's a question there.
No.
You don't need a witness. You can do it by yourself.
The witness, yeah. That's why I'm asking. Just make that statement. The witness is for the Muslim community to recognize that person Muslim. So once he starts coming in around Muslims, so some may start like doubting, are you actually Muslim or not? So you'd be like, she took the Shahada. And also, like when people go to Hajj and Umrah, then that's all the paperwork comes in. But as for her, she doesn't need no witness, just between her and her Lord.
Brilliant. Okay, well done. I didn't know that actually you could do it by yourself. That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sheikh Haroon.
And that's why, like whenever somebody calls in and says, I want to take Shahada, just do straight away and then we'll do the formality later on.
That's fine. Happy with that. Okay, shall we take another one? Ifran Alias says, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. In Pakistani families, when the azan happens, women cover their heads. As soon as the azan is over, they take it off. Is that wrong? Is that okay? From a fiqh point of view. We got a call, Sheikh. Let's take the call. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. It's Shakib from Nelson.
MashaAllah,
it's our weekly caller.
It's our weekly caller. It's our I said the friendly caller. Yes.
Alhamdulillah. I'm good.
Do you want to tour guide of Anfield?
Sorry?
Do you want to tour guide of Anfield?
I'm a United fan.
I know, that's what I'm telling you. Come to clean your heart, man. Let's take you to Anfield.
Okay.
And you get to touch, this is Anfield. You get to touch that.
You're turning Anfield into a shrine now, Sheikh. Allahu Akbar. Now, you can tell all your supporters, Anfield, LFC supporters, if they really want a tour of the guide of the Anfield Stadium, then let them WhatsApp me their name and number, and when we do one, inshallah, after Ramadan, we can arrange one for you. Okay? So if you're interested in touring the Anfield Stadium,
can you get him a
WhatsApp me your number and your name, your number, and inshallah, when we arrange one, we will inform you of that. How's that?
Sakib, do you want Brother Mumin to do a tour for Old Trafford for you?
No.
Have you got any contacts?
I've got no contract at Trafford, but inshallah, if there is a desire, I can make some contacts.
No, don't. Yeah. Go on, Sakib. What's the call about today?
It's two questions, Sheikh. Wow. First one is about the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
About a wali of... Start again, about a wali?
Yeah, about the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are there specific signs that we are told, like, this is the sign of an awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Okay, so in answer to that, the idea of awliya Allah ta'ala, people who are closer to Allah and beloved to Allah, spoken of in the Quran, where Allah says, "Ala inna awliya Allahi la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun." So these people are real. The first thing about them, like Abu Hanifa and Imam al-Shafi'i, both of them, they said, إِن لَمْ يَكُنِ الْعُلَمَاءُ الْعَامِلُونَ هُمُ الْأَوْلِيَاء فَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ وَلِيٌّ. If the people of knowledge who practice their knowledge are not the people of Allah, then there is no such people of Allah. So that's the first thing. Anybody who claims to be, or people claim that he's wali of Allah and he doesn't pray, and it doesn't matter even if they're walking on water and flying in the air and so on, as the Imam say, that's all just like falsehood. The first sign of Ahl al-Wilayah, if somebody has that closeness to Allah, is mutamassik bi-sharia. He's somebody who holds firmly to the way of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then after that, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-waliyu man idha ru'ya dhukir Allah." That person who's close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who, when you look at him, he reminds you of Allah. And when you look at him, he reminds you of Allah. And these are people of Anwar. Simahum fi wujuhim min athari sujud. These people who carry a special light because of their dedication to Allah and His Messenger. And they're the people that when you look at them, they remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in all communities we have that. Like as I was mentioning, I was just thinking, Sheikh Siraj was like that.
Wow,
when you looked at him, you just Allahu Akbar, you just looked at him. In Sham, in Damascus, one of the awliya guaranteed, Sheikh Ahmed Habban, they said, Munawwar, his face shone with light. When he's walking, he's just walking with his gaze down. But they'd all just look at him. Everybody just look at him. So there's something that's carried with them because they've given their heart and life to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's a sign from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man idha ru'ya dhukir Allah. What's your second question?
Okay, no, carry on.
Second question, was, obviously we hear it in like the Asian culture about the women going to the graveyard, whether it's allowed or not. And I just wanted to ask, is it allowed? And are there like specific sort of like...
Is what allowed? Sorry, I didn't catch the beginning. Sorry, Saqib, didn't catch the beginning.
About, that the women going to the graveyard.
Women going to the graveyard.
Like, is that, yeah.
Most of the imams from the subcontinent, most of the Asian imams, they forbid it. And that's the reason why that question's raised. But the original view of Abu Hanifa was that it's allowed for women to go to the graveyards because the Prophet ﷺ then said, ثُمَّ زُورُوهَا. No, go down, leave that one, we'll come back. He said, كنت نهيتكم عن زيارة القبور فزوروها فإنها تذكركم الآخرة. He said, I forbade you from visiting graveyards. Go and visit them because they remind you of the next world. And the order there is what's termed as umum. It applies to men and women alike. So even though most of the imams from the subcontinent, they forbid it, the actual hadith allows it, and the original view of the imam itself allowed it. So it's permissible, provided there is hadith where the Prophet condemned, لَعَنَ اللَّهِ زَائِرَاتِ الْقُبُورِ. Allah subhanahu curses women who visit the grave. He said, but those are like women who behave in an inappropriate manner there. Like they dress like they're going out on a Saturday night or something. Or there's ikhtilat with ghayr maharam, like going to the graveyards with unrelated males to them. Those women should stay at home. And those women are cursed. Other than that, then it's allowed. Wallahu a'lam.
It's really good. So, I mean, I've got a sister who actually visits the grave almost every Friday
Mashallah.
because to pray for her husband. So, and she asked me, "Am I doing the right thing, Mumin?"
What was the fatwa that you gave her?
I said,
Mumin's always giving. He's always dropping his dodgy fatwas.
my humble is that the person who's in the grave is the most luckiest person to have you as his wife, because you are praying for him, and I've not seen very many women who have so much love for their husband that they go to the graveyard to spend and do tilawat in there. So what she's doing is absolutely right.
Yeah,
in that case, I've told her there's nothing wrong with that, but I'll check it with the
He
Sheikh.
gave fatwa and then he checked.
So there you go.
Jazakallah. Thank you very much, Sheikh.
You know,
Thank you very much for that.
most of the things that we do in this world, I think, is common sense. Isn't it? Yes, go on.
Oh, sorry, Saki, we forgot about you there for a second. Sorry about that.
No, it's
We
fine.
were
I was
just
gonna say
checking on
thank you
Mumin's
very much,
fatwa there. That's why.
Sheikh.
Yeah, so yeah,
Thank
inshallah.
you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakumullah khair. So again, I think Brother Saqib has come with really interrupt us if we get a call, Hamza. You have a few. Our
questions?
production director has a few questions.
Hold on a
we
second.
could've
Are we
announced
not
that,
doing the questions of those online?
These
Go
are
on
good
then, go on.
questions. Okay, well, we have to respect them.
Oh my God. Right. Go on. Okay, FGM, yeah.
And the third one was on the, do you know the ring, do you know when you wear rings for men? I read somewhere that apparently it has to be less than 4 grams.
Yeah, 4.5 grams, yeah.
Is that gold or
Silver, only silver. Yeah.
did you
So
get?
hold on. So there's 3 questions. Let's go through this one by one, yeah. So, what's your name? Omar. So for those online, Omar is one of the production team. He's hijacked this session now.
Well, we have a call though.
Go on.
Yeah, let's take the calls are important. Bismillah, Sheikh Waddah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah Kola.
Assalamu alaikum, you alright?
Who am I speaking to, brother?
Yeah, here from Blackburn.
Bismillah.
Yahya, the other weekly caller.
That's it.
Yahya, you're coming into madrasa on Saturday, so again, why don't you hold your question till then?
Yeah, I was good, but I don't know if I'm coming. I'm not going to say that I'm coming, inshallah. No comment.
Oh yeah,
But
we're not allowed
I
to
just
say
thought,
that.
obviously,
Yeah, I'll see you on Saturday,
it's
lad.
good to speak to. It's good to speak to you, wise people in it. That's why. So I just thought, I don't want you lot to forget me in it, because obviously you lot are going to remember me to get me into Jannah in it. That's why. So I just thought, let me quickly ring
I
you
like his.
and use my credit.
Go on anyway, what's your question for
Is he from
today?
Preston?
Did you say Blackburn, yeah?
Ben, yeah.
Blackburn shit.
Yeah, go on, Yahya, what's your question? For Mumin, because
do you know
Mumin's
what's
dropping his
wicked?
fatwas all the time.
I've got a separate question for Brother Mumin. But can I ask you my Islamic question first?
Go on, drop them. Mumin's going to give fatwas
In
now.
regards to the Quran Sharif, if you're working and so, can you still listen to the Quran Sharif in the background? Because obviously you're not paying all your attention to the Quran Sharif recitation. If you're
First of
working
all,
at
on
the
that question, there's a difference in views. The view of the Hanafi Imams is that if the Quran is being recited, it's wajib that you remain silent, and it's and wajib that at least one person listens to it. Wajib kifaya. So that's the view of the Hanafis, but the majority of the Imams said it's sunnah to stop what you're doing and listening to the Quran. So in terms of adab with the Quran, etiquette with the Quran should not be treated like as a background sound around you. It's not like just like some music going on in the background. وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. The Quran tells us when Quran is being recited, listen to it and be silent. That's an order from Allah in the Quran.
That's it. Yeah.
So ideally, so if it's in work and so on, it shouldn't just be a background sound. If you want background sounds, have an nasheed. I'll sing for you, mate. I'll sing for you in the background. But Quran should be ta'zeem of the Quran. Quran should be seen as what it is.
Respect and devotion and emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. So wallahu, I don't think it should be just kept as a background sound at work. Wallahu.
Jazakallah for that, Sheikh.
Wa
Thank you so
What's
much.
Mumin Bai's question? Is he had a question for Mumin Bai as well?
Sorry, was that Mumin's question?
No. My question for Brother Mumin is, how come he never got 1 week ban after his outburst last week, Sheikh? I thought you weren't even going to turn up on Saturday after what he said.
What was that? I think I said something
Sorry,
about a ban.
what was that?
Ban.
Yeah, 1 week ban because of what he said last week to you, Sheikh.
Oh yeah,
I got worried that you weren't
I got
going
in
to turn
trouble
up.
because of you with my wife at home.
What was that?
Did you only get a yellow card for that?
Yeah, I got in trouble.
Oh yeah, when you threw your statements out.
Yeah. So when I saw Yahya, he was saying that Mumin should be banned for a week for that comment.
What was that?
Yeah,
You know, I had the cap on last week,
yellow
and then I said like something about my wife, and
She
you
doesn't
said
like
just get
it.
rid of the wife and keep the cap. You said,
Did I say that?
Yeah,
You
of
did.
course.
he's conveniently forgot what he said.
I've completely forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can take it. I'm sure. I wouldn't authorize that.
No, of course not. I know it's a joke, but
Sheikh Haroon cannot
But I
afford
got
to
it
have
from your
another
wife.
wife as pious as she has one
No,
now.
she is
So
not.
alhamdulillah, I know
She is.
sister, his wife very well through the madrasa, and she's a very pious lady, a very humble lady.
oh yeah, look at him backtracking now.
If I had said it, I've said it out of the.
yeah. The ban's lifted now, Yahya.
Thanks for reminding me, brother.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
So I'll see you on Saturday. Then.
Listen, if you ban me, do you really want to have a next show, or you'll have no show? You
No,
see?
because then Waddah becomes the host.
Oh, he becomes the host.
But
No,
honestly-
brother, he had to be the host. shall we?
No. You know what? There's nobody can you do your job like you. Nobody can.
That's not true.
Okay,
Okay, what's up? When will Ramadan calendars be ready to pick up, inshallah? Is that a question to us?
For the mosque? This is for the
Inshallah.
mosque.
Now the Ramadan calendar will be ready by next week. So inshallah, you can pick it up by next week.
Is this part of the magazine?
Yes, it is part of the magazine. But the Ramadan guide, we're doing a Ramadan guide, which will be in the Ramadan guide, as well as separately, we'll have an A3 poster with all the du'as and the Ramadan timetable. So by next week, we will have it in our hands. On that point, can I say, we're producing a beautiful Ramadan guide. If you like to contribute as Sadaqatul Jariyah towards the publication, please donate what you can go to our website and pay directly to our bank and put down Ramadan guide. Okay, so we want to see how many people are sponsoring. We'll make special dua for you. And also, we're doing 10,000 copies of Ramadan guide this year, and we'll go to many of you. If you want to receive a Ramadan guide, why don't you send me a text with your address on, and we will post it to you. It has got loads of good messages.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Messages from Sheikh Haroon as well.
Sorry. Oh, is there a message? Oh yeah.
There's a message from you as well.
No, we haven't even dealt with Omar.
What about our production?
Taken off and on you answer.
Should we go with Omar because he's got a deep question on free will?
All right.
Should we go with that first? Yeah. So free will.
What was the question? I didn't get it.
Actually, what was the question about free will? Predestiny. Okay. And you want it live? Normally, in madrasa is like 2-3 classes to go over the whole issue. It's the most complex issue that there is in Aqeedah. The simple answer to that, there is no simple answer to it. Imam al-Tahawi in his text of Aqeedah says, وَأَصْلُ الْقَدَرِ سِرُّ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى فِي خَلْقِهِ لَا يَطَّلِعُ عَلَيْهِ مَلَكٌ مُرْسَلٌ وَلَا نَبِيٌّ مَلَكٌ مُقَرَّبٌ وَلَا نَبِيٌّ مُرْسَلٌ. So the secrets of destiny is a secret of Allah that no angel and no prophet was given access to. So that's what we're dealing with here. Go and take that. Take that.
Go on, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
What's that?
Who's this?
Sir, I'm calling you from Biomobiles Company, and we are running promotions up to...
Sorry, did you cut the line off? Yeah, that's fine. It's a commercial call. Normally, we don't get that much interruption on a Friday afternoon.
I know.
If viewers, you can understand how many calls I get a day. People asking for electricity, mobile, this, that, and the...
Was that like some bailiffs coming after you?
I have no idea. No. I think they want to sell products. You get so many people calling on people's mobile. It's like a bit of a nuisance, really, because you don't know who's calling. Anyway,
let me answer the question quickly. I'll try my best. Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'amalun. Allah created you and everything that you do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the human being. And within the human being, He created what's called like a jihaz, al-juz al-ikhtiyari, a mechanism by which you can choose right and wrong. And that's termed in Aqeedah, al-mayl, in Quran, al-kasb bima kasabat aydikum. That you have an inclination towards good or bad. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates the deed in accordance with your inclination. That's the free will that you have. Al-juz al-ikhtiyari, the elements of choice where Allah has created within you the ability to go this way or that way. And then He leaves you to do that. Then He creates in accordance with your choice. So He creates your action. Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'amalun. That's what the hisab is about. It's that element of choice within you. So we do not say human being has complete free will. No. سَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى سَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى. We'll make easy for him pathway to good and also pathway to bad. So Allah affects and influences, but in the end He leaves you to make the choice, and then He creates the deed in accordance with that, and He holds you to account for the choice that you made. So we do have free will. Then when we say كل شيء مكتوب في قدر الله, everything's written. Everything written doesn't mean that Allah is Jabbar Ali. Doesn't mean that He forces you and coerces you to do. Everything is written means كل شيء في علم الله. Everything that you do was already known by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So every step that you're going to make, and the example, deep question this, right? Let me just finish with one example. One of my ustads, one of my teachers, he mentioned this as an example. You're employed, and on the first day in your job, your employer comes and gives you a brown envelope and says, don't open this until 1 month has passed. 1 month passed, you open it, you're sacked. You're sacked. Why? He says, because he's an employee who's dealt with like people come to job interviews 1,000 times. He knows exactly the type of qualities you have, and he knows that you're not going to be able to last it. But he gives you the job. And he knows full well that after 30 days that you're going to mess it up. And so before you've even done the job, you're sacked. But now, let's see it out. Let's see it out. That's what's happening in creation. Allah knows all the choices that you're making, but He's leaving you to make the choices. And He already knows that you're going into Jannah. He already knows that you're going into Nar. But in the end, it's all based on your choices. Allahu Akbar.
Well, that
was really good. What was your next question, Hamza?
Haram. Qat'an haram. Female genital mutation, qat'an, that's haram. Because that's muthla, that's mutilation. There is something about al-khitan for a woman. Al-khitan is just like an incision that's made on, what's it called? There's a particular part in the female private part. It's just like a slight incision and nothing more than that. That has some asl within Sharia, like Imam Shafi and others, they consider that accepted. But the stuff that goes on in parts of the Muslim world, that's undoubtedly it's haram. Allahu Akbar.
Good. Any other question, boys? The ring. The wedding ring. Hamza's very interested. We'll have to find it.
Hamza wants a ring, innit?
He said he's not getting married for years.
No, he's not. He's not getting married until he graduates. That's about 6 years down the line. Inshallah.
Inshallah, before that, never mind.
Did you hear this? Did you hear that? Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah.
Oh my God.
6 years.
I'm not trying to get married now.
Of course not. He's only 18.
He's got enough girls on his phone there, hasn't he?
Oh, don't worry. Uncle Mumin will sort him out one.
No. Why are you asking that, by the way? First of all, let me just add a point on that. According to, it's pretty much agreed. For a man, the only jewelry he's allowed to wear is a ring. Like wearing chains and wearing bracelets and wearing that's haram for men to do. And the Prophet and he cursed men who behave and dress like women and women who do the same. And that's the age that we're living in. So when men start wearing like chains and they're wearing everything, they're the type that the Prophet cursed. The only thing he allowed, because he himself wore it, was a silver ring. And only silver ring. Although there's some difference, like Sheikh Waddah mentioned earlier, gold ring is forbidden for men, even at weddings. Even if your mum's trying to get you to wear a gold ring, it's forbidden for a man to wear gold. The Prophet's nice and clear about that. By agreement, it's allowed to wear a silver ring. And then what you mentioned there, the ring of the Prophet is the weight of how many dirham? It comes around 4.5 grams of silver. So it's a mithqal, 1 mithqal. Yeah. Exactly. So it's meant, I know, yeah, that's the point. It's meant to be so light. That's the exact point. It's not meant to be like a big fat ring that you're wearing. It's meant to be as light. You're right, 4.5 grams is really light. Silver's also very light. Yeah, so it shouldn't be more than that, because that's all the Prophet's allowed.
But if they do go over that, is that haram?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. That's clear. Yeah. And can there so only one ring allowed?
Only one ring allowed, and the sunnah of the Prophet is not. It's not like a wedding thing. It's on the small finger of the right hand. Some riwayah mentioned left hand, the small, but it's on the small finger, and that's what the Prophet wore it on. other than gold and silver. So gold is agreed upon as haram, silver is agreed upon as allowed, as long as it's not large. Other ones, like, because what's happening now with men is like at weddings, they're wearing platinum rings or titanium rings. Yeah. There are some imams who allow that, like Imam Malik allowed that. So there's a split. After. Do you want to wear that for? Do you want to wear that for?
Sort of falls under the silverish, isn't the gold?
No, don't be giving fatwas like that. Now there's a split after that. So some imams allow it. So there's some imams hold the view that only gold is forbidden, silver and everything else is allowed. Other imams like Abu Hanif says only silver is allowed, everything else is forbidden. So there's a bit of a disagreement there after that. Are we having a chat? What about those online?
What was that?
Yeah, you can do it. So yeah, you can do it. It's there's different practices there. Yeah. So let's go to this one.
Okay, let's answer the questions. There was one about the hijab. Where
you know when we read it, I was laughing because
the adhan.
I don't know how it is in Arab weddings, but you know, like in Asian weddings, Imam starts doing tilawat al-Quran.
Yeah, they always put their
putting it.
Yeah, that's right.
And then as soon as you finish it, they drop it back again. Yeah?
That's the question.
It's the same thing. So
is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong. Okay, it's not wrong, but it's not a requirement. There's no wujub. It's not wajib that a woman must cover her hair when the adhan's going on, or even when reciting the Quran. It's not wajib. It's not wajib. It's better out of respect, but it's not wajib to do so.
Fantastic. Okay, so there you go. Sisters ask a very good question. That if the azan is going on, sisters can cover them. It's good. It's a good practice,
to respect
but
them
you don't have to.
Well, where's this position? Is in the mosque, in the graveyard, or what?
No, when like the Quran's been recited.
Anyway, say if you're in a house and they hear the azan, they straight away cover their head. Or if there is a wedding where the imam is doing the nikah and he's reciting, they always cover their head and then they unveil themselves.
Do you do that in Arab weddings?
No, you have to have your headscarf on.
You have to have. Okay, so certain cultures dictate certain things. Hamza, I'm mindful, Sheikh. We've only got about 5 minutes maximum. We've gone over. Okay, let's just check that then. Go ahead.
There's a hadith about the world coming to an end around 1500 years after Islam being established. Can Sheikh share his views on this? That's going to open up a massive discussion.
I'm not giving anything here.
No. You can do if you want. I don't care at this point. Because Al-Am al-Hijri is 1442, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's the year.
We're in 1442.
So there are some narrations that indicate that when 1.5 millennia has passed, everything comes to an end.
Right. That's the 1500.
That's the 1500. There's some hadith that indicate that, and it was a view of the likes of Imam al-Suyuti that it's around the year 1500, which means we haven't really got long. We haven't really got long left, have we? But that's one view. It's not qat'i, it's not clear cut. But the way they worked it out, like when they read all of the ahadith where the Prophet spoke about the end times, it kind of comes towards an end around this point. Yeah. Yeah, because things that are going on now. For me, the biggest thing, because a lot of it's based on weak reports, which is still acceptable. The biggest thing is about Iraq and Syria.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because that's Sahih Muslim. That's as authentic as it gets.
Do you want to take the call, Sheikh?
Go on.
It's very important.
Let's finish it. Okay, we won't take the call. That's fine.
Yeah, no. So the Prophet spoke about Syria, Iraq being besieged, and then Syria, and then Egypt after it. Because I'll tell you something. When the Gulf War, the second Gulf War started. It was years back, around 2000. I was sat with a friend, and
2003.
Yeah, and I said to my friend, I said, Syria's next.
Yeah,
Syria's next. And when the war started, he sent me a message. He said, "How did you know that?" I said, "Qala Rasulullah." But now saying that, Egypt will come after.
Right.
But
what about
the
Iran?
most worrying thing about that, then he said, then comes the Dajjal. Right. Then comes the Dajjal. Yeah, so it's already unfolding in front of us. So we clearly see we are in the end times right now. Because once Dajjal comes, then it should pretty much all over then after that.
Allah.
So you haven't got long young lads.
So get married before 6 years, never mind 6 years.
So Wallahu, I'm exactly 1500 years. It is a view held by some imams. But that's still debatable. But it clearly is end times. There's absolutely no doubt.
Wow.
And
that's too short.
That's what everyone says in the end, subhanAllah.
And Lockdowns, it's
a
telling,
sign?
it's something, it's the beginning of something that's about to unfold.
Allah.
A lockdown is just the beginning. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Egypt seems like Egyptians are Egyptians,
I thought it
but
would
it's
be-
going to go off. It's going to go
I
off.
thought they'd be going after Iran and then Turkey and then Egypt. Okay, that just brings us nicely to
we
the end of
finished?
the show. Yeah.
Can I sing one last song?
Yeah. Okay, Sheikh. I'm
sent you
just
some
conscious
words.
of your time. It's 25 to 4, so you got to madrasa to
Oh, yeah,
get
I got
to. So
madrasa, yeah.
let's do the last nasheed with Sheikh Haroon.
النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه وينال البركات كل من صلى عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه وينال البركات كل من صلى عليه النبي يا حاضرين اعلموا علم اليقين النبي يا حاضرين اعلموا علم اليقين أن رب العالمين فرض الصلاة عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه وينال البركات كل من صلى عليه النبي ذاك المليح قوله قول صحيح النبي ذاك المليح قوله قول صحيح والقرآن معجز فصيح أنزله المولى عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه وينال البركات كل من صلى عليه اللهم صل وسلم وبارك
Allahumma salli.
That was a shortened version of what
MashaAllah, it was really beautiful.
Shall we do yours at the end?
Go on then.
Balagh
Balagalullah, let's just do that, okay?
Are we done?
It'll only take a minute, wouldn't it?
You mean singing or some? Just carry on a few more minutes. Put some more questions on if there is any.
Oh, you want to carry on?
Yeah, it's a couple of more minutes. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, if a student's parents wants to invest in a student flat using a loan, are they allowed to help searching for it and to live in it?
Nazar, if a student's parents wants to invest in a student flat using a loan, and he's talking about ribawi, he's talking about haram within it.
I know him too well. He was our very first, he's a medical student,
Yeah, in
very
Manchester.
first tenant at the abdullahquilliam masjid.
Oh,
And I have to say, the boys, we were just getting the flat ready and they really had to go through a lot of trouble. Thank you, Brother Nizar, for putting up with us. He should be a doctor by next year now, so in his final years.
I think he's in year 4 now. Is he?
He's in his 5th year.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nizar, I'll talk to you about that. I'm not sure on the answer to that one.
Okay,
Let's go on
that's
to the
fine.
next one.
Let's just say he's got another question. Just go to that one. It is difficult for students to avoid interest when they do not yet
I
have
think
full
it
control
extends
over
on.
their own finances.
I think it carries on.
That's fine.
it.
Carry on.
On the musallis themselves.
Just
Within the
before that, Aman's getting shot down, this boy. He's a diehard United fan. How many years will it take for Liverpool to win the league again? I'll guarantee you, Aman. And I'm in the masjid way before United, man. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh,
Yeah. Probably next year. We just had a bad run this year. Definitely next year.
Yeah. Okay, I'll hold you guys.
Put
too.
Fabinho back in the midfield. It's all good.
Different
Even
game.
though Nat Phillips is not a Van Dijk, it's all good, man. Like once we got players back in their places, don't worry about it, man.
I have to thank Brother Aman putting that question up.
No,
because we
man,
got
'cause
Sheikh
City
Haroon
got a
fired
free,
up.
City
which
got
is
a free
really
run
good.
this year. That's what happened.
No competition there.
Right,
They got
okay.
a free run.
Brilliant. Okay. Go on,
Nothing
Sheikh.
else.
Nothing
About
else.
the wudu, someone come into the mosque today
Go on.
and was saying, you know, because of COVID, like, you have to do your wudu at home.
What if you
So
broke?
imagine you broke your wudu on the way.
Ah.
About, can you do it, Mum, can you do that? I was asking.
Let me,
What was
serious question there. If somebody came up to you and said that a broken wudu, you let him go down, wouldn't you?
Yeah, under special circumstances, we'll have to,
If he's been traveling for
yeah, if it's like we got
not even. If someone just lives around the corner, comes in
and
and
they
broke his
came and they
wudu on the
broke the
way.
wuzu. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to turn somebody away from the masjid,
Can't
are you? But we'll take great measure to make sure that after they've done it, we sanitize the place. And
You'll have to go through all of that.
Yeah, we have to go through all that.
No,
so it's done under special control. But it's not something that we advise people to take use of. But suddenly, if some elderly people comes in and anybody else,
No, it's a fair point. Or what if somebody in the Jama'ah just said, I've broken my wudu? You'd arrange for them to go.
We'll
down
arrange
and do wudu.
something for them.
So,
Yes.
So if the means are there, then tayammum is not allowed. Then.
Yeah.
That's the point. The means are there, tayammum's not allowed.
Okay. Then if we say no, but then if, for example, the committee
Yeah,
says
then
no,
he could do.
then he'd be able to do tayammum, or
As long as
what?
not within 1 mile radius. They said tayammum's allowed if you're. Tayammum is only allowed if you don't have water within 1 mile radius.
Okay.
So if somebody has to travel all the way and then go all the way back home, then he could do tayammum in that case.
Okay. Right.
But you're not going to stop them, are you?
No.
No.
No. I mean, 2 brothers came from Manchester today. They were here on
Well,
some
I'm not
business.
just talking about brothers from Manchester. It could be somebody living a few streets away.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if
Yeah.
you broke his wudu, you're not going to
Yeah.
say, no, go home and do your
Go home and
wudu
do it.
again.
No, we don't. We don't. Try be accommodating.
Okay.
But we have to take great precaution in terms of sanitations after they've used and so forth.
Can we
Okay.
read salah with short wudu?
Can we do salah with short? What's the short wuzu?
Short. I know what a short wudu is. The short
not
wudu.
the full one.
Yeah. No, because in the Quran it just speaks about wash your face and your arms, wipe your head and wash your feet. That's a short wudu. So, Mumin, don't do this. You're okay with your
He's
full
thinking
wudu.
I'm going to start doing the short wudu, no?
The short wudu is wash your face once, wash your arms once, up to including your elbows, wipe a part of your head, and wash your feet once. That's a shortened version of the wudu. And if you did that, like Sahabi just become Muslim, and the Prophet said, do what Allah told you to do. He didn't tell him do a full wudu, wash everything, so just do what Allah told you to do. And that's the advice. If someone just become Muslim, tell them just do that and nothing else. You don't need to add that's all the extra details. Yeah. So that tells you clearly you can. You can. If you just did a shortened version, for somebody who follows the sunnah properly, say it's makruh just to do that, it's discouraged, but it's allowed, and you can definitely pray and touch the Quran with that wudu. Wallahu a'lam.
Thank you very much.
You learn something new every day, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm really learning a lot on this program.
Go and do a short wudu.
I thought, what was that? Short wuzu. Yeah.
One thing there.
Go on.
What happens if you've got like 2 minutes left before prayer time goes out and you've only just remembered, haven't prayed, and you haven't got wudu? And by the time you do a full wudu, prayer time's gone out, do the short wudu. Right. And then catch the prayer in the time.
Absolutely.
So there's a case where you have to do the short
under
wudu.
special. So it's amazing how flexible Islam is, isn't it? Okay. Accessibility to rock or dust. Or you're unable to do wuzu too. Okay.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, Dad. That's not
Fatima.
me. Oh, that's your dad. Oh, right, right. Ridwan.
Hello, Fatima. No, she's come on with my wife's.
MashaAllah.
That was Fatima.
Very good. And of
Hello,
course.
Bora.
Okay, so
Hello,
Jazakumullah khair. That just leaves us to. Shall we finish the program, Sheikh? Balaghal. Of course, we'll do the Balaghalullah, and we won't take any more calls now until next week. So let's just do the Balaghalullah bikamalihi كشف الدجى بجماله حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله.
Can I just interrupt? Do you actually know what that means?
No.
Because like Sheikh Waddah made a point, these are nasheed that we sing when you understand them, they're so powerful.
Absolutely, yeah. Go on.
بلغ العلا بكمال, that he reached the highest of all with his perfection. كشف الدجى بجماله, he removed darkness with all the darkness of kufr and so on, with his beauty, the beauty of the message that he came with. حسنت جميع خصاله, all of his qualities are good. Because Allah says, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ صَلُّوا عَلَيْهِ. So if that's how he is, then you should send prayers upon him. Wow. So that's what we're reciting.
It's beautiful, isn't it, when you learn?
Yeah, it's amazing when you know the meanings. It attaches you more to it.
Of course it does.
Thank you, Sheikh.
طَلَعَ الْبَدْرُ
علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا مرحبا بالله دا أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت العوالم
مرحبا يا خير
اللهم صل وسلم على
بسم الله.